Welcome to our Module 3. In this session, we are mastering a critical pillar of your digital operations, which is infrastructure for growth. Our complete focus throughout this module is learning how to engineer the fundamental baseline required for scalable and secure internet commerce. When we talk about digital marketing success, it's easy to focus entirely on the front-facing creative elements like visuals or headlines. However, true scalability is determined by what happens behind the scenes. Today, we are bridging the gap between raw marketing strategy and technical engineering to ensure your brand operates on a rock-solid foundation. Let's dive straight into phase 1, where we analyze website architecture and user experience design. We begin with phase 1, website architecture and UX basics. This phase details exactly how to define the logical information hierarchy and user flow of your central digital hub. Your website cannot simply be an accumulation of random pages. Every section, link, and layout decision must serve a strategic purpose, leading your visitors naturally towards engagement and conversion milestones. By designing a clean, intentional blueprint for your platform, you ensure that your audience can locate solutions instantly while maximizing your overall commercial performance. Let's look closely at how we build this framework through information hierarchy. Website architecture represents the structural framing of your digital assets. A well-structured hub ensures that both human users and search engine indexing crawlers can navigate your entire ecosystem with zero friction. To build this structure effectively, we utilize four core elements. 1. Parent pages. This serves as your broad category anchors, organizing major topics or core services. Then we move on to child pages. These are your specific subtopics or service details branching out from your main anchors to provide deep value. Internal linking. This serves as the critical connective tissue that allows data, authority, and user traffic to flow smoothly across your pages. Sitemaps. This functions as the definitive technical blueprint that guides search engines to index your assets accurately. Once your information hierarchy is locked in, we must layer it with strong user experience design focused entirely on conversion. Infrastructure stability always pairs with user performance, and we manage this through three non-negotiable principles. The first one, speed and performance. Seconds matter tremendously in digital commerce. Data shows that a single second delay in page loading times can lead to a 7% reduction in conversions. Therefore, infrastructure stability always starts with speed. Second is mobile first design. With over 60% of global web traffic occurring on mobile devices, your architectural layout must prioritize the handheld user experience first. Our third basic item is clear navigation. We must design cleanly to avoid choice paralysis. You want to guide your user seamlessly toward the primary conversion point by using intuitive menus and high contrast action buttons or calls to action. Let's talk about defining asset classes. Now that your central platform experience is optimized, we move into phase 2, which is defining asset classes. As digital strategists, we must look at our broader market footprint analytically. This means categorizing your entire media presence into 3 distinct functional buckets, which are owned media, earned media, and paid media. Understanding where your assets sit allows you to allocate your resources with maximum efficiency and clarity. Let's break down the definitions and control levels associated with each class. Let's look at how these 3 asset classes function side by side so you can manage them effectively. Owned media. These are the channels you fully control and own outright. Key examples include your independent website, your direct email subscriber list, and your educational blogs. Your level of control here is total, sitting at 100%. Paid media. These are channels where you pay external networks for immediate visibility, such as pay-per-click advertisements, social media ads, and sponsorships. Your control level is high, but it remains strictly temporary based on your ad spend. And media. This represents the organic visibility gained entirely via word-of-mouth validation, such as customer reviews, public relations features, and social media mentions. While the control level here is low due to its organic nature, it carries incredible credibility. Strategic growth occurs beautifully when these 3 separate classes overlap to form a completely unified system. The synergy ecosystem, maximizing asset ROI. This bringing us to the heart of our marketing system, the synergy ecosystem. To maximize your asset turn. To maximize your asset return on investment, you must treat infrastructure as an operational asset rather than just a technical one. A core principle of modern growth strategy is that you must consistently leverage your paid media and external discovery channels to build your own media assets over long term. The primary goal of your paid campaigns and earned visibility is to permanently increase value, data depth, and organic reach of your own hub. This is the secure destination where your customer data is captured, structured, and retained. Use external networks like social platforms as digital embassies or outposts to attract attention, but always route that equity back to the center of your universe, which is the website. With our traffic and asset architecture fully aligned, we step into phase 3, which is data privacy and compliance. Navigating global regulations is a mandatory requirement for modern business infrastructure. Compliance is not a legal hurdle. It is a foundation pillar. It's a foundational pillar that actively protects consumer trust and preserves brand safety. When you handle user metrics with absolute transparency and care, you separate your brand as a premier leader in the marketplace. Let's review the key international frameworks you must be aware of. As digital professionals operating globally, we look at three primary global privacy benchmarks. First is GDPR in Europe. This represents the gold standard of data privacy. It outlines strict guidelines regarding user consent, data portability, and the right to be forgotten. And um, and the right to be forgotten, impacting any digital brand that interacts with users in the European Union. The second is POPIA in South Africa. This framework focuses intensely on completely lawful processing of personal information, securing the explicit digital commerce rights of South African consumers. Third is the DPA in Kenya, Data Protection Act. Kenya's Data Protection Act is a vital framework that mandates total transparency, strict purpose limitation, and robust organizational security for all personal data collection practices. Let's zoom in directly on operational compliance under the Data Protection Act of Kenya. Under this law, marketers and business owners must strictly adhere to 8 core guiding principles to ensure their digital infrastructure remains entirely legal. 1. The duty of transparency and consent. Users must know exactly what they are opting into. Under purpose limitation, you are required to collect data that is explicitly needed for your operations. Data minimization, storing only the most essential information required to fulfill that purpose. Storage limitation ensures there is no indefinite retention of personal data. And finally, accuracy and integrity of data assets, maintaining clean, secure, and accurate records across all databases. When you implement every checkpoint we have discussed, you unlock true growth. When you implement every checkpoint we have discussed, you unlock true growth through stability. As you can see illustrated in this model, your trajectory changes dramatically as you move from the initial setup and comprehensive audit phases into optimized architecture. True commercial scale is only possible when it is built on a secure, compliant, and architecturally sound foundation. When your speed is optimized, your data channels are integrated under the hub and spoke model, and your databases are fully compliant with legal standards, your infrastructure is fully prepared to absorb massive traffic without breaking. This is how predictable scaling is achieved. In summary, this module has given you a complete operational blueprint covering strategic website architecture, media asset classification, and international compliance standards. Now, let's transition this knowledge directly into measurable results. Your final step for completing course 1 is to jump right into your learner dashboard and complete the assignment. This practical task is designed to help you apply all the three modules directly into a real-world brand ecosystem, ensuring you can execute these technical audits flawlessly. Successful completion of this audit is required for your final certification. Take action and do your assignment and secure your digital infrastructure. I will see you in course 2.